TSM and Team Coast are just about ready to jump into the Rift, but before we get to the game, I'd like to first welcome Cloud9's Hi to the desk, who I actually just added to Twitter, and you guys should too.
Nice.
So
got another follower.
Yeah, absolutely, getting all the followers.
Yes.
It's because he puts on makeup. Every time he gets makeup for the interview, he gets a few more
If
followers.
you can't tell, I have like all this makeup on right now. Makes me look beautiful, I think.
That's the thing. He has to get some followers.
That's
So,
great.
another win for you guys, 10-2. Coming into this game, obviously Elimination and Sneaky with the interview with me kind of said you guys had it figured out. Did it go as planned?
Pretty much, yeah. We expected what they were going to do, like, as far as bans, and we knew what we were going to do, and it's just, like, everything rolled into place. Except for a few deaths early game, but we turned it around and took the game, so.
And you guys started off the season, obviously, 5-0. Still only lost twice now, since you're done week 4. What adjustments have you had to make throughout the season to remain the #1 team in North America?
When we first lost, we lost to CLG or whatever, and then we had to change our way we viewed the games. Like, we took them too lightly and too easily, and it's just like, it's just one game the thing, and playoff is more important. So ever since then, we just made sure that we counted every game as like super important game, and just like did everything we could to win each and every single game. So we just put more effort towards winning now. So.
Is that a change in the strategy, or have you guys kind of just went with what works for you guys? Because you don't seem to change much. You guys are, like you said, always aggressive. It's fun to play that way, and it just works.
I think we just changed our work ethic and our mentality towards the game, and yeah, that's what we did.
And how much does Jack come into those decisions for the team?
As far as like team play and
Right.
stuff, he doesn't really do anything. Like, he manages like all the sponsors and stuff, make sure that we get money, publicity, everything. And as far as like what happens with the team, that's mostly me and Alex Penn and like the rest of the teammates.
All right.
It's our job to manage ourselves and make sure that we're good players and we're doing things correctly. So I think it's good that way. It makes us more mature and makes us more like not kids that just sit around all day. Yeah.
It's always a good thing. And we were just talking with Zon Spartan about how he was talking how Elements was trying to help them out, giving them kind of coaching and team play advice and how to work together and win. Do you guys do similar exercises or do anything to make sure your teamwork is better aside from just playing and living together?
Not really. Like, we spend like at least 10, 12 hours a day sitting in the same room together. Because like, if you look at every other game or team that have like a big gaming house or something, like a mansion or stuff, we have this tiny apartment, like Korean style status, and it's just like, it's kind of dirty, and it's just like we're all clumped together for every day, 12 hours a day. And it's just like, when you do that much with someone, you just come, like, you just get like really compatible and like comfortable with them. So like, we can talk about anything, and like, we just know what someone else is gonna do. So it works on Synergy like really nicely. So.
And what is that? What is obviously it works out? You were just telling us, but what is that experience like? How has it been for the team? And have you guys really learned a lot about each other's play styles just from that, or has it always clicked for Cloud9?
We definitely, when we first moved into the house back with Quantic, it definitely helped our synergy and like arguments. Because I used to like rage a lot at Medios when he first joined the team. Like, I'd always rage at him and tell him he's doing the wrong thing. Because like, he used to like tax my lane all the time or like not gank. I was just like, I relied on him too much. And like, once we moved into the house, like, he was able to explain more clearly to me like why I was wrong and stuff. So like, ever since we moved into the house, I became less ragey. I still raged once in a while, but like, it's just not as bad. So like, it definitely helps calm you down, and it definitely helps you learn more about the person outside the game, and you can just apply that towards in the game. You know, like if someone's like aggressive in person, then they'll probably be that way in the game as well. So it's just like very helpful.
Interesting.
And specifically coming in as an amateur, or as a challenger team into the LCS and now being #1, do you think you were sneaking up on any teams up until now? And if so, will it be more difficult now that teams are kind of attacking you as the #1 team?
I don't really think so. Like, when we first joined LCS, everyone was like saying the hype train or whatever, right? Saying that we were like the team to be feared. So ever since we were going into it, people already had their eyes set on us, and it's been that way the entire time. I think now that the difference between now and then is they just want the #1 spot. They don't necessarily want to beat us. They just want the #1 spot. And whereas in the beginning, they just wanted to beat us to take down the hype and just show that we sucked or something. So now it's just them trying to get first place instead of trying to prove that we're bad. So.
And final question for you. Obviously, everybody in the LCS have a good team because this is their job. This is what they've worked for. Who do you guys fear the most? Who is the team that can best kind of just thwart the Cloud9 strategy of always being aggressive in your mind?
Well, so far, as far as like aggressiveness early game, I'd say Vulcan, because for one, Mandatory Cloud and the top laner Psycho Sid, they play like the same champions me and Balls does. So they're one team we actually have to change our banning and drafting strategy against because they share so many similar champions to us, and they play extremely aggressive as well. So as far as like early game aggressiveness and banning and drafting, we have to watch out for them. As far as like late game things, you have to watch out for CLG. They do that Tristana, Janna, Orianna stuff and just like quadruple shield, double lift when he's like 6 items, and it's just like the most annoying thing to play versus like their play style is very frustrating to play against, basically. And it's just like, I'd rather not deal with that. I'd rather either lose very quickly or win very quickly. Because like if you get snowballed on, that's a respectable way to lose. If someone just gets like a double kill level 1 and just snowballs the game, whatever. But like if you're throwing constantly back and forth, that's a way I don't want to lose. I'd rather just like lose in 20 minutes.
All right, well, thank you very much, Hi, for the interview. Congratulations, 10-2 now in the North American LCS. Best of luck on keeping the streak going.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, it's time for our 6th match.